Everybody, welcome back to Body Haven Soaps. My name is Darlene. I am the owner and creator of Body Haven Soaps, and today's video is going to be all on making a magnesium foot lotion. So this is a lighter lotion. It will have magnesium and some great properties in it. You can exchange a lot of these and make your own formula. But the whole purpose of this is a light lotion that is going to help keep feet hydrated and keep the muscles of the feet for tired feet, things like that. That's where the magnesium comes in. It really does. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used a magnesium lotion, but I find for my feet it is an amazing product. So I do make a magnesium foot butter. But when we're talking about body butters, you're talking about those really high butter and oil contents, which have a very heavy feel on the skin. So it's not something that you're going to use throughout the day and you're going to put your sandals or flip-flops on because you're going to be slipping and sliding in there. So that is not effective. With the magnesium foot butter, that's something that I will put on at night before I go to bed so it has time to absorb into the skin. And it is a great, really high moisturizing foot butter. So, I mean, I do use both products myself. I have multiple customers that use both products. Just the foot butter is something that we would use more at nighttime before bed, just because of how heavy and it kind of leaves that oily feel. It's not something you're going to be wanting to walk around in your sandals and stuff with on your feet until it absorbs. The magnesium foot lotion is something you can put on multiple times throughout the day. It does not leave a greasy feel. It absorbs fast, so you put them on and you know, it keeps the feet looking good throughout the summer as we get drier feet throughout the summer, wearing sandals and flip-flops and things like that. So that's the purpose of this one. Magnesium is one of those things that are all over the place right now. I've been making magnesium products for a while, especially for the feet, because I find that it really does help with relaxing the foot muscles. But it's a very popular topic right now, and for good reason. Every cell of our body uses magnesium, and a lot of people are deficient in it because of all the fast food and stuff, but I mean that's a whole nutritional thing, so we don't need to go into that. But it is a very popular product right now. So I thought that bringing you guys this lotion, I've never done a video on the magnesium foot butter. If that's something you guys would like to see, just put it in the comments below, because I do need to make some magnesium foot butter coming up. So if that's a video you'd like to see, just let me know down below. But today we're going to make the lotion, the fast absorbing, multiple use throughout a day, nice light lotion that you can use all summer long. So this is one of my spring and summer products. All right, so let's just go into it and we'll talk about the ingredients as we go through. Okay, so guys, as always, I have all of my ingredients weighed out for you. There's quite a few good ingredients in this recipe, but it's a pretty simple, basic recipe that I think anybody could follow. And you could exchange ingredients or make this how you want. It's just a basic lotion recipe with certain ingredients added in to make what I am looking for. So when we're creating that product, basically we come up with a vision. Look at it as, and you come up with what's your vision? What are you trying to create? What are you going for in an end product? And you'll take that base recipe. So for my Patreons, you guys, I did just upload how to formulate your basic lotion recipe, and then this recipe will be uploaded as well. And if you look back in further ones, you'll see my magnesium foot butter as well is on my Patreon. So the ones that are on there can go back and take a look at that. All right, but basically you're going to take that basic lotion that you have formulated and you are going to pick and choose your ingredients, make sure they're compatible. You're going to test the pH in it. You're going to go through all of that to make sure that you've come up with the product you're looking for. I would do a small batch. Today we're making a 500 gram batch. I would start, you could do a 50 gram batch, a 100 gram batch, and just do trial ones until you get the consistency you're looking for and you get the product that you're looking for. All right, so first of all, you guys, I have a little bit of water. I only have 7.5 grams of distilled water in here, and I'm just going to warm this up so that I can dissolve my magnesium flakes, okay? So I have that in the microwave. We're just going to warm that up. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create your magnesium brine, as they call it. And all it is magnesium flakes. Now magnesium flakes, I purchased the actual magnesium flakes. They are a lot more concentrated, but essentially Epsom salts is full of magnesium as well. So you could absolutely dissolve some Epsom salts. It just won't be at a high concentrated value as if you have the magnesium flakes, okay? So in here I have 5 grams of magnesium flakes. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to dump that into my hand. So that's about 5 grams of magnesium flakes. And that is what I'm going to put into 500 grams of foot lotion. Okay. And then we will take our heated water. We have about 7.5 grams of the heated water. And I am just going to pour that right in with those flakes. Give these a little bit of a stir to dissolve them. So it will dissolve just like salt and water. Does not take much to dissolve them. The hot water really does speed this process up. So while that is dissolving, and it's pretty much already dissolved, and this is our magnesium brine. So we will set that to the side for now. And we are going to get all of our oil heated phase weighed into our sanitized heat safe container. All right, so avocado oil. We are putting in 30 grams of avocado oil. Now I like using avocado oil in this because this lotion is intended to be applied right before you put your flip-flops or sandals on, so it's fast absorbing oil, and it has lots of great nutrients and properties that will be brought to the product. But the goal is to have this as a very fast absorbing lotion. So I am putting in 30 grams of the avocado oil. Okay, and then I also have pumpkin seed oil. Now pumpkin seed oil is a very light oil, fast absorbing oil. You can see this is only 19 grams, and I have 30 grams in the other container. You can see it's a way lighter oil. And this is another oil that's going to absorb quite steadily into the feet. It really does help with dryness and cracking of the feet, especially when we're wearing our sandals and things like that and our feet dry out so much. So that is why I have picked pumpkin seed oil to add into here, and I have 19 grams of the pumpkin seed oil. Another oil you could use instead of the pumpkin seed would be a meadow foam oil, would be a good one to add into here. If you didn't want to use avocado oil, you could use an apricot seed oil. I mean, at the end of the day, your lotions, you know, and on my Patreon page as well, I have an oil absorption chart for your references. So go right ahead and go take a look at that if you're on there. But you need to be able, you can simply research that as well. I've just done all the research on there. All right, and then we're also going to add in 15 grams of vegetable glycerin. So we all know that this is a great humectant. It does absorb, it is water soluble. It is a great product, and I add glycerin into pretty much all of my lotions because of how much moisture it brings. And I have 19 grams of the liquid vegetable glycerin. Okay. And then I have in my emulsifying wax. Now, because this is the feet and, you know, you could use different emulsifier. I am just using a plain e-wax, just an emulsifying wax to go in here. And I also have 19 grams of the emulsifying wax. That is going to go in here as well. So that is going to be my emulsifier. And then I have my co-emulsifier, which is going to be my stearic acid. And this is what's going to help thicken this and hold it stable for me. So I am going to have 10 grams of the stearic acid in there as my co-emulsifier. Okay. And that is pretty much my heated oil phase. Okay, so we are going to, and I am just going to do this in the microwave today. I know you guys don't see me do that very often, but you know, Using your microwave is okay as long as you're watching how high you heat it. Don't get it so hot that it breaks down all the properties of everything that you've put in there. It's just a little harder to control than a double boiler. But let's put this in the microwave. This will take probably about 1.5 minutes. I'll put it in for 1 minute and then 30-second bursts until I have this almost translucent, and then I will stir till the rest of it's dissolved to make sure I don't overheat this. So I'll get this melted down. Okay, and then while that's melting down, I have another heat safe container that I'm going to put in my water heated phase. So I have distilled water in here, and I am going to put in 167.5 grams of distilled water. And then I am going to put in my 205 grams of aloe vera juice. So this is just the aloe vera juice. And aloe vera, as you know, it is skin healing and it brings a lot of moisture to the skin. So we have 205 grams of the aloe vera liquid. Okay, and then we also have our D-L-panthenol that will go in here, but I'm going to heat this up first. So I'm going to switch this out for my oil phase out of the microwave, and I'm going to bring this to approximately the same temperature as my oil, and then I will dissolve my D-L-panthenol in here. Okay, so as you guys can see, there is still a few little flakes in here, and that's fine. I'm just going to stir this until those are dissolved in so that I don't continue to heat this and have this at a point where it gets way too hot. So when I use the microwave, I do pay close attention to not get it extremely hot temperatures. This is 160 right now, so it didn't get too hot, but it is all melted down and it is all translucent, simply with a few stirs, and I have no more flakes in there. Okay. We'll grab our water in a second. Okay, so that's at 140, so that's a closer temperature because this is probably dropping a small amount at this point. So that's down to 153. Okay, so let's get our D-L-panthenol mixed in here. So D-L-panthenol is a vitamin B. It is very good for healing properties and conditioning and softening. And it's something that we generally need a lot of, especially in our cosmetics. You'll see this used in cosmetics a lot. And it's a natural product. It's not, I mean, I guess the word natural really is quite a broad term. But you're going to stir until this is dissolved. So it does take a little while for D-L-panthenol to be dissolved. But as you see, that didn't take too long, actually. I did break it up with my fingers. I'm also going to put that brine that we made in with the magnesium right into here. So you guys can see this is pretty simple, straightforward. You don't have to use as many ingredients as I have. I had a Target Gold recipe that I was going for, and I came up with this, and I really love this lotion. But develop your own, come up with your own. I mean, obviously putting in the turmeric, this is going to be quite a yellowy orange lotion, but it doesn't stain the feet. I don't have enough in there that is going to change the color of the feet. So it's quite nice that way. All right. So now that we have this here, I am actually going to pour, and I want to use this one so I have enough room for my mixer, this into my oil phase. So the heated water phase with the D-L-panthenol and the magnesium is going to go in here, and I am just going to stir that until it all mixes together. And as you can see, we have a lotion. It's pretty thin yet because it's hot, but all right. Give this a stir, and then we will get our mixer and we will start creating the emulsification. And this is a thin, all-day use moisturizer, so it's not something that is extremely thick, but thick enough. This you could probably put into a pump if you wanted to. So as you can see, this is really thin. It's not sticking to anything yet. It does take time. Once this cools down, it does thicken into a lotion. But remember, this is something I've designed so it can be put on throughout the whole day, and it's not a problem. It absorbs quickly into the skin. As this cools, this will thicken, but it will be a fast absorbing thin lotion. Okay guys, I'm going to leave this cool for about 15 minutes, and then I will come back and we will check out the thickness and the temperature and see if we can add in our cool down ingredients. Okay, so about 15 minutes went by and you can see this is thickened up quite a bit. Okay, we are at about 100 degrees. So at this thickness, I wouldn't say that we need to use this anymore. So let's get our hand mixer out of here. Emulsification has taken place. It's just a matter of the mixture cooling down. It will all hold its structure at this point. But you can see this is a very light lotion. It will thicken as it cools. But this is the type of lotion that you could actually put into a pump. It is definitely thin enough. We're going to stir it a bit, get all of the bubbles out of there. That electric hand mixer or stick blender whizzy thing, as I used to call it all the time, it does incorporate a lot of air into your lotions, so you want to kind of try and stir and get those bubbles to the top. Okay, let's check the temperature on here. So we are at the 100 degrees, so we can go ahead and add in the rest of our cool down ingredients. So I have my turmeric extract, okay, and for the turmeric extract, I am only adding in 10 grams, okay, so a small amount. And then I also have my preservative, and in my preservative, I am going to use Optifin, okay, and I'm using 2.5 grams. And as I said, this is going to be a yellow color, but not enough that it stains the skin. Okay, and for my essential oil, and you can use a fragrance instead of essential oil, that is perfectly fine. And I am using, and we'll just make sure we get all of that. And you don't need a lot of essential oil or fragrance. Make sure that you're looking for your ratio. But you guys can see how yellow that is. It's a nice yellow color, but it's not enough that it actually stains. So we're going to scrape the sides, make sure we get all of that in there so we don't have white streaks. And just to show you guys that this doesn't stain the skin, just use my glove, rub that in. Because we are using e-wax, you're going to see a little bit of that frothing as you rub it in, but it is a fast absorber. Okay, you can see how my skin's kind of gone white. That is because of using the e-wax and not a different type of emulsifier, but it rubs right in and it absorbs very quickly. It's not greasy at all. Looks very nice. Feels very good. Okay, and it doesn't change the color of the skin. So this yellow color is perfectly fine. I really like the turmeric in here, so it works really well. Okay, so let's get our containers we are putting this in. Now I am putting this into some amber glass containers. Now I did order these off of Amazon. They come with a lid and they come with a seal, plastic seal that goes on the top. They weren't that expensive. It was actually cheaper to order them out off of Amazon than it was at a soap supply company. I find them to be very good quality. They come packaged really good. I will link those in the description box below. You guys will start to notice I have so many questions about where I get my stuff from, so I've started to link things into my description box below. Some of them are affiliate links. Some of them are not. It doesn't cost you more to click on them or anything like that. I may receive a small commission off of some of them, but most of them are just suggestions for you guys, okay? So that's where I got these containers. These are 4 ounce. There was also 8 ounce available, but I find these to be very sturdy and quite a bit cheaper than buying it from a soap supply store. All right. So now that I have this all mixed up, it's just, and I like to pour it while it's still hot, because then as it thickens, I don't have to worry about it. Make sure you leave room. And I'm just going to fill my containers. This makes 9 4-ounce containers. There's a little bit left that I'll put into one of my own containers that I will keep and use for myself. This does get quite a bit thicker than this, but definitely pump. As I say, most of the lotions I make, I cannot put in a pump. They're quite a thicker blend. These ones I like to have thin because it is designed, as I said, so that you can use this throughout the day and stick your flip-flops or your sweater or your flip-flops or your sandals on and not have an issue with it causing any slip or residue onto them. So it absorbs fairly quickly. As you can see, this is not greasy. Okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, and we'll see you again soon. Have a great day.